What up, clears? Got our favorite kind of video today. I can tell by the pics on YouTube that these are your favorite videos too. We've got a blind grading reveal. This is a small 3-card order I sent into SGC. The turnaround, they're phenomenal. I don't know the grades, but I do remember what cards are in here because, again, there's only 3 of them and I didn't send it that long ago. It's all vintage, and I say vintage with air quotes because one of them is from the early 80s, which just makes me feel old calling that vintage. But, I mean, it's not modern, so I guess it's vintage, and to me, it's before junk wax because it's really late 80s into the 90s. So, anyway, without further ado, let's get to it. And as always, if you enjoy this kind of video content, please do subscribe, like that good YouTube stuff. It's tuck time. I just like to say, generally speaking, I really do like the look of the SGC labels or holders, but this is a big but. I wish they were a more standard size with all the other grading companies. If you've ever held them all in your hand, you will know that they are wider. They're noticeably wider than all the other ones. Whereas like even HGC and now CSG, who, full disclosure, is my preferred company right now, are all a standard width. They fit in boxes. They stack on top of each other. They fit in the little slot, cases and whatnot. Whereas these, not so much. All right. Without further ado, this will be a quick one today. I hope you're having a great day because I am too. And we're gonna start. Looks like we're gonna go. Here, I'm gonna switch it. So we're gonna go oldest to newest. So this first one's pretty cool. I am not a boxing card collector. That being said, I came upon this one raw not that long ago, and I just think it's cool. It's a 1938 Churchman's Tobacco Jack Johnson, and it's just a really cool looking card, and I like it a lot. It got a 5, which, is pretty fair. That bottom right corner is a little thrashed. But honestly, I'm mostly just happy that it was in fact authentic. I wouldn't know one of these. I've never held one of these in my hand or looked at it before. But I would imagine it's probably a little bit of fading. In camera, but the image definitely has a little bit of a brownish reddish hue to it instead of black, as I imagine it was supposed to be when it was printed. A little corner damage there, slightly off center. But really a pretty darn nice example of this card. I mean, this thing can be read on the back. I mean, it's a cool card. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it, as far as like PC it or sell it, because like I said, I'm not a box card collector, but I don't know. This is Pistol Pete Maravich vintage card. Now you can already see the back centering is just absolutely terrible. So, I mean, 6 or 7 at best, probably more like a 5. But, it's just a cool card. Let's see. Got a 5. Good guess. I believe this is his second year. Yes. One of the top rookies in 1970-71. This is a second Pistol Pete Maravich. The colors on it good. The centering on is obviously off top to bottom. You can see it. Like there's a ton of white space down here and almost none up there. But, I mean, to be fair, the eye appeal of this card is pretty good. And, like most of the raw cards I buy, they're somewhat impulse where I can get a good deal on a raw card. Often like an eBay auction or a trade or a show or something. And the last one, this is an interesting experiment. Let me find it. Probably should have had this ready to go. This is one I cracked and sent in, but it was from a really, really shady looking holder and grading company I had never heard of. But packing things, random holders and sending them into more grading card companies. Been messing around with a little bit. I think there's a lot of opportunity there. In my opinion, PSA cards are just the difference between like a PSA 10 and a BGS gem or an SGC or even a CSG. It's just way too much, and I find it to be ridiculous. You know, you hear people say all the time about buy the card, not the slab, buy the card, not the slab. So I'm trying to buy the card and not the slab. So this was listed as a Gem 10 Tony Gwynn Donruss. Now, if this actually gets a 10, this could be a very I got it for pretty cheap, but this would be a PC card for me if it did get a 10. Even if it got a 9.5, I'd probably keep it in a PC it because it'd be better than any example I currently have in my collection. And below that, I'll probably sell. And really, I got it very cheap. And I even damaged that part of it when I was trying to get it out of the slab. I mean, this is a piece of paper. Look, oh yes, centering 10, graded rookies authenticated, centering corners, edges, surface. So at least it didn't come back inauthentic, like trimmed, because that's always a concern with rando grading companies is they take a card, trim it, put it in a holder to make it have a nice eye appeal, arbitrary Gem 10 grade to try to sell it. Well, at least put it in a holder. So at least they don't think it was trimmed. So here we go. Gwyn 8.5. I mean, if you look at it, it has excellent eye appeal if you look at that. I mean, the centering looks good, maybe ever so slightly low, maybe a little bit more white here than here, but the left to right looks pretty dang good. I mean, the corners and edges are good. Maybe a teeny bit of corner damage in that corner, but not much. And the centering is a little bit off on fair. But, still, it's a nice example of that card. Padre legend, Tony Gwynn. Anyway, there are the cards. Thank you very much, as always, for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about these cards at the bottom. What do you think I should do with them? Would you have sent these in? Do you have any experience with random grading companies like this? Company to do what I'm doing? I mean, I know I'm not the first person to think of this, but I'm just kind of, doing my own experimentation. Your miles may vary, as they say. And yeah, just trying to have fun with the hobby. I hope you're having fun with the hobby. I hope you're having a great day. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.